Hey everybody, welcome back to Meet the Wheelers. I'm Mason.
I'm Sarah.
And guess what? Sarah got me up early again today.
Oh, it's 9:20.
And it's a Saturday, so it's like really early for a Saturday. Anyways, after we had our little morning spat about how early is too early and respecting each other's times, we're here to talk to you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Time and sleep is a big point of discussion for the Wheelers. We probably fight about it more than anything.
I don't know if we fight.
It probably gets under our skins more than anything.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. But it's okay. We're going to make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, what's going on in the Lupron injection world?
I'm grouchy today.
Yeah, I can vouch for that. But, like, this isn't something we're not used to.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't say that because, like, oh, she's always terrible. But, honestly, it's a side effect of the drugs you're taking for your disease. So I'm not going to give you a hard time.
Is it considered a disease?
Infertility is sometimes considered as a disease. By people who have it, not by people who treat it. Or insure it.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I put a new patch on. And tomorrow we go to the doctor. And Monday we'll probably add a second patch.
Cool. What's going on Monday?
Just a blood draw. Sunday is the appointment.
Ah, okay.
Sunday's
Cool.
just a blood draw.
Cool.
At 8 o'clock.
I'm not going, right?
Are we going to church?
The Wheelers have a discussion ahead of them. Anyway, so we get a lot of emails and questions and stuff, and one that we literally just got minutes before filming this was around choosing a clinic and sort of what, like, they asked us some more specific questions, and we'll respond to you guys personally, because we don't want, one thing that we really don't want to do is badmouth the clinic, because
each clinic has their own,
goods
and bads.
It's all people trying to live their lives, and I can't make assumptions about whether or not they're in it for money or what. And I'm not gonna badmouth anybody here, but we can talk high praise about people when they deserve it. But the main kind of question prompted me to think about when we first started this whole process of IVF, and what that kind of was like, how that made us feel, what was going through our heads. Because one thing I bet a lot of you guys who are thinking about starting IVF are thinking about is just that, like, how do I get started? How do I find a good clinic? What questions should I be asking? I don't know. Why don't you while I eat my yogurt, why don't you talk about what that, like, whole starting IVF was like for you?
We started off at a clinic that I just Googled, and since we're near, well, for the most part near the Bellevue area, I figured that there'd be a good one out there, just because there's usually a lot of good health professionals out there. So, Googled one. They had very good reviews. No one was saying anything bad about them. And their website was really inviting. So we tried out there, and we met the doctor, and he was nice and kind of quirky, but, sometimes doctors are quirky. And I forgot what I was going to say. It was a lot of testing. A lot of testing. And they sat us down with the finance lady, which is very uncomfortable for me. It was very uncomfortable. She was like, I know that they're there to also make money, but if I compare them to POMA, they never talk about the money. It's like their first priority is to get you pregnant.
The only time we talked about the money was when we had decided or when we had asked, or when we had decided. And I know that like talking about money up front and bringing that discussion to the couple early is probably what they're trying to do. But to us, it was kind of intimidating. Right?
Well, yeah, but not at Poma.
No, just in general. Because that was our first kind of idea of what it would cost and stuff.
It's a lot of money. So yeah, that first meeting with the first clinic, we were with them for a while because the testing took forever. But yeah, the financial talk was like, she was all smiley and laughing and awkward and like, oh, it'll be this much and it's a buy one get one free, ha 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 ha. And it's just like, okay. I don't know. I don't think of buying a baby and getting one free like it's a bigger deal than that. It's not like going to the grocery store and getting a box of crackers.
Yeah, I didn't really like the markety kind of, not markety.
I don't know. They just felt they were in for the money too much.
Yeah, I think leading with the money kind of made that seem.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, but I mean they were very nice. And
we didn't get I feel a good vibe, and maybe that was because it was the first place we looked. But I think that overall we weren't really too happy with that clinic. Yeah. And if you guys want to know details, you can
if you're in our area, you can.
If you're in Washington and you want recommendations, because we've gone to 3 of them, we haven't done treatments through 3 of them, but we would be more than happy to have a conversation with you guys over email. But for me, I know.
You went to the 3rd one. I didn't have anything to do with that.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to get a second opinion.
Yeah. And
some places were like, well, we won't treat you unless you do a male factor and fertility check here, or semen analysis here. And I'm like, what, is their semen analysis not as good as your semen analysis? Like, what the...
I count the sperm. That's
what I already did this like 2 weeks ago. Why do I need to do this again?
Yeah, and insurance didn't cover it.
And it was cheaper at this one place, so I went there. And then when I met with the doctor there, I had no idea up front, but his time cost a certain amount of money by the 15 minutes. Even if you called him on the phone. And that's before you start the treatments.
So that's ridiculous.
So one thing that really just kind of, it's something to know, is that there's sort of like this package cost of IVF. So like once you pay for IVF, for the most part, everything is except for meds is included. There's things that aren't included, but like the main parts of IVF, going to see the doctor, it's all kind of covered under one giant umbrella. But beforehand, when you're like picking a clinic, they don't make money on you unless you buy. So they have to charge you. And so if you go to a clinic, you're paying for an initial visit, you're paying for labs, you're paying for a lot of stuff that once you get into the clinic, I don't want somebody to think like, oh gosh, every time we go to the doctor, it's going to cost this much.
I mean, some clinics are good, you never know.
It could, but like if you spend, say, even a couple $1,000s finding the right clinic, because you go and you do these visits at different clinics, and then you find the right clinic that you're supposed to be at, it's going to be worth it.
So worth it.
And I know that not everybody has that ability, and we really didn't. I mean, we probably shouldn't have spent the money, but we did.
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, that was just sort of something to me. I'm like, we just paid like all this money for tests to find out that we're right where we're at, or we don't really like that clinic, and now we're going to go to this other clinic and they want me to do another semen analysis.
Yeah.
Luckily your thing transferred or whatever. Anyways.
It was a headache.
It was a headache. So the reason we landed at Poma Clinic, and I'll go ahead and put a link down in the description. We always have a link in the About Us section because we love them.
Yeah.
And then this link is on screen. Put the other side up. Put your finger up.
Oh.
Wait, in the middle, center it. The link is right here. And this isn't, they didn't ask us to do this. We've always asked them to vlog if we can vlog. Well, this is not an advertisement. We didn't pay us or anything. They're awesome. We love them. We picked them because we were initially drawn in by the idea that they had like a $9,000 IVF total thing.
But rewind for a second. Like, we had no idea that they existed. which I don't even know why they didn't show up on Google when I Googled
Yeah.
fertility clinics. But one of my patients at
Work.
works at the hospital across the street. And I don't know what department she's in. Anyway, she was like, oh, you should try out POMA. We, refer people there quite a bit. And I was like, I didn't know they existed. So that's how we ended up there.
And
say thank you to her every time I see her.
they're in Kirkland, Washington, near Bellevue, Washington, just outside Seattle, Washington. And the person, I forgot your name already, but you emailed us. You were literally across the street from them.
I think she said her name was Shelly.
Shelly, you were right across the street. Maybe.
I'll look it up right now.
It's not too important for right now because we're gonna email it.
Okay.
But yeah, we were initially drawn in by the cost of a one transfer, but then after like figuring it out and realizing that we loved it there, we found out that they did like a not two transfer, but unlimited transfer program for more.
And refund you 90% if
you don't get a take-home baby.
Yeah, from all your embryos.
So,
which is awesome.
We've heard from several people outside of the clinic, infertility. Your acupuncturist raved about Dr. Opsahl.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, just we've heard from tons of people that they're just not in it for the money. Like our first nurse, Sarah,
I love her.
Awesome.
I love everyone there.
Awesome. Our first interaction with her was just like she's the voice on the voicemail. She just goes there because she just loves her job. She's tried to retire like 3 or 4 times, and she just keeps coming back to help, like because she just loves what she does and loves like helping people get babies. Anyways,
but every time we've had someone different with us,
they're all great.
For every transfer, and seriously, everyone is wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And like money aside, even if though it was like, somewhat cheaper, just from the first visit, like they knew our names from the get-go. I never forgot, and it's great.
Yeah, and just every interaction. Remember when you got OHSS? Mm-hmm. And we told Dr. Opsahl like the next day, like we didn't want to call and bother you. He's like, call and bother me.
Or, yeah, like, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Like
or something.
He got mad because you didn't call.
So he went to the emergency room instead. But yeah, they're wonderful. Yeah. And I don't want to see them anymore because I want to have a baby, but at the same time I don't want to graduate.
After all of like the issues and struggles and stuff we've had, I still like get excited to go see those people.
Yeah, I do too.
Like I know I'm not. It's sort of weird because
it's like a bittersweet visitation.
Yeah. We'll see them and I'll just be like, oh hey, hey. But anyways, we're rambling. This is a long video. But we think it's important. It's a big decision to start IVF, and don't go into it lightly. Do your research.
And ask questions. I've told many people over Snapchat, like, it's your body, it's your money, it's your baby, it's your emotions and everything. You can't. There's
no question too small. Yeah, because like even if you're like, oh, I just feel like might be a symptom. If it makes you sleep a little better that night and stress out a little bit less, just ask the question. Seriously. But hey, if you guys have any more questions related to this or anything else, we're here for you guys as a resource. Submit your questions down below. Email us, Snapchat us, Facebook us. All the links are in the description. And of course, if you like the video, give it a like. Subscribe to follow the journey. And
one day closer to our transfer.
Yeah. Which is what date again? Somebody asked.
May 12th.
May 12th. So anyways, we love you guys, and we hope that you guys have a great day. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.